Very welcome to this new session in Job Barcelona. Today we are welcoming Martin Schmidt-Huber from Austria. He is the project manager from Business Upper Austria, and this conference is titled Live, Work and Study in Upper Austria. A great opportunity. During these 30 minutes, Martin will explain to you how they support internationals in all matters important for a successful start at your jobs, opportunities, or studies, and an easier integration in Upper Austria. So you will learn how they can support you in your professional journey in that area of Austria. So thank you so much, Martin, for participating in Job Barcelona. Very welcome. And whenever you like, candidates know that they can arise their questions and comments through our chat, through our chat on YouTube. And at the end of your presentation, we are going to share with all of you. Thank you very much. Whenever you like.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the brief introduction. Hola. Hello, welcome to Upper Austria, everybody. I'm going to start sharing my screen with you because I prepared a short presentation on the location of Upper Austria. So as it was mentioned in the introduction, my presentation is going to be about study, work, and live in Upper Austria. Now, why is that? I would like to just briefly mention what we are doing as Business Upper Austria. Business Upper Austria is the location agency of the Upper Austrian government. And we foster economic development and encourage investments in Upper Austria. So that is our basic task. Now, when it comes to investment into Upper Austria and attracting companies to invest here and supporting industries in Upper Austria, skilled labor or talent is a key issue. And in recent years, it became pretty obvious that the Upper Austrian companies cannot meet the demand they are facing with, let's say, available talents from Upper Austria. Therefore, it was necessary to also reach out beyond our borders and to try to attract talents from abroad. And this is the mission that we accomplish with Welcome to Upper Austria. So once again, welcome to Upper Austria. I just indicated a map of Austria. That's what you can see on the screen here. And in red, point in red, is Upper Austria, the province of Upper Austria, which is located in the northern part of Austria. Austria in general, as we like to say, is located in the heart of Europe. So our neighboring countries are in the north, Germany, and in the east, the Czech Republic, Hungary, and Slovakia. In the south, it's Italy, and in the west, it's Switzerland. So basically, a Central European country. Our language, just to be on the safe side, is German, although with a rather Austrian accent, but it's still official German. So what I would like to do is to give you a brief introduction of the services from Welcome to Upper Austria and also the opportunities to work, live, and study in our region. Now, very generally speaking, Upper Austria is considered one of the strongest economic regions of Austria. We have a strong industrial base focusing on machine industry, machinery, chemical industry, automotive. But also, Upper Austria developed as a considerable hub for IT technology as well. So that's why we, for example, have the so-called University of Applied Sciences for IT with a very good reputation that is located in Upper Austria. And that underlines our initiative and our, let's say, ambition of being the strongest economic region in Austria. Our industry in general is very export-oriented. That makes it also attractive for international talents, since companies in Upper Austria are open for international talents. Now, what is the Welcome to Upper Austria service all about? As you can see, we focus on three different topics: study, live, and work in Upper Austria. Because for us, it's not only about attracting international talents, our mission is also to retain international talents and to provide a warm welcome in Upper Austria, because we know from experience that moving to a foreign country can be rather challenging, and usually people are always happy when they receive necessary support. And this is exactly the support that we try to provide to international talents. So when I say international talents, we always speak of, on the one hand, students, as well as skilled talents that already have completed their studies. So it's both, it's a very comprehensive approach. So what do we offer regarding study? We give you an overview of study opportunities in Upper Austria. I will come back to that later. We counsel you to find the right study programs in Upper Austria, as well as give you support in relocating to Upper Austria, support you in house hunting when you decide to study here. As far as living is concerned, we provide basic information on the social security system, the tax system in Upper Austria, but we also organize social events where you can meet other people from the international community, since we already established an international community here, as well as meet with locals to get in touch with the local culture. And therefore, we also organize trips in the region of Upper Austria to show, let's say, the beauty of the landscape, and also show the numerous opportunities of spending your spare time here. Now, basically, study is important. Living here is also an important part, but working is probably one of the most important things. One of the decisive factors why you would probably decide to come to Upper Austria. And therefore, we offer different career services, including a career platform, and I will elaborate on that later on in my presentation. So to give you an overview, assuming that you are a student and you would like to study here in Upper Austria, what are the costs of living based on an average student budget? So as you can see here, this euro coin indicates the whole amount of money needed, or the whole amount of money that you spend on average in Upper Austria, which is around 900 euros. And you can see how it's shared between housing costs, study costs, free time, which is of course only an assumption, and food costs. And here you also have an indication on the specific costs of certain commodities. And it's quite interesting to see here that water, for example, is completely for free, because you can drink water out of every pipe here. That's something we are pretty proud of, and something that definitely adds to the quality of living in our region. Now, when it comes to studying in Upper Austria, we have 8 different universities offering more than 260 bachelor or master or PhD programs in total. And out of these 260 programs, there are even 50 English-speaking programs or courses. That means the university landscape in Upper Austria is increasingly open to internationals. On this side, you see the different study fields that are offered by these 8 universities, which is arts, engineering, health and medicine, economics, law, pedagogy, humanities and cultural studies, natural sciences, and theology. So quite a broad spectrum of different study opportunities. And usually, we welcome more than 3,000 international students per year in the region of Upper Austria. So therefore, we also have a rather strong international student community, incorporating Erasmus students, as well as, let's say, resident students who spend the whole studies here in Upper Austria. Now, to give you a better overview, of different study opportunities in Upper Austria, we set up a study quiz on our website. So if you go to our website, Welcome2UpperAustria.com, you will find a section that is called Studies. And here you can participate in a study quiz. So first of all, you get an overview of study opportunities in Upper Austria. Let's say without participating in the study quiz, you can even inform yourself about different university programs we provided. An overview for that. You can inform yourself about different universities. But to be more specific, we also have this automized study quiz where you can select preferences based on your interest, and then the quiz will provide you with the relevant study opportunities in Upper Austria. And then you can say, okay, well, I'm really interested in that. I would like to get more information directly from the universities. And your contact will be automatically forwarded to Upper Austrian universities. And then they will get in touch with you to provide you with even more detailed information on curricula, for example, the requirements for the specific study programs, etc. So check out our website, Welcome2UpperAustria.com, to get even more detailed information about the different study opportunities here. Now, how does that look like? Just to give you a brief summary, that's what the study quiz is all about. So I made some screenshots here. If you participate, you can select between the different study fields. You can select if you're interested in undergraduate programs or postgraduate programs, if you would like to receive particular information, and then your result will be submitted. You get an overview what you've chosen, and then in this section you can already check out the websites of the different universities to inform yourself about more detail of these study programs. And then you can still select if it's still interesting for you or not. And in the end, you click on submit, and this information is going to be forwarded to the different universities according to your selection. In addition, we also published a so-called study guide that is available online as well. Afterwards, check out the presentation. You can check out this link here, which directly leads you to our study guide. And the study guide is available in written form or in printed form once you move here, but it's also available for free as an online version. And this gives some really detailed information about, again, the study opportunities in Upper Austria, but also it provides you with insights about culture in Upper Austria and what to do in your leisure time, and contains some basic information on topics such as social security, tax system, working rights for students in Austria, which might also be interesting for you. Now, to sum that up, our welcome services are provided in the framework of the so-called Welcome2Upper Austria Center. So therefore, if you found, for example, a job in Upper Austria already and decide to move here, we will be happy to support you with our welcome services. Again, I will emphasize on that a little bit more in detail. So basically, we help you to settle down and feel at home, because that is our goal. That is what we're here for. And we focus on people who work here, but we also assist people who decided to study here in Upper Austria. As I already mentioned before, we organize social events to get to know each other, to get to know the international community, as well as the Austrian culture. But also, we support you in different matters. For example, in dealing with administrative issues, in finding a flat, support in house hunting, which is very important and sometimes not that easy when you're in a new country. And in general, finding any kind of information you may need if you relocate to here. In addition to our study guide, we also issued the so-called pocket guide, which provides, let's say, focused and detailed information for people who decided to work in Upper Austria. And that contains as well tips, information about culture, what to do in the leisure time, but more specific work-related information. So if you decide to study here, I'd go for the study guide. If you decided to work in Upper Austria, you might go for the pocket guide. The pocket guide, by the way, can be also offered by an Upper Austrian company. So therefore, we encourage Upper Austrian companies to buy these pocket guides in order to provide them for their internationals in their company. Now, on a regular basis, we also organize workshops and events, mainly about the social security system and about the tax system in Upper Austria, but also information about labor law. So things that are not that obvious for foreigners coming to Upper Austria. Each country, even within the European Union, has very specific, very different regulations, and usually it's advantageous to get yourself, to make yourself familiar with these regulations. We help in that. So here you get some impressions on our events. Obviously, as you can see in this picture here, this was about Upper Austrian culture during Christmas time. So some information about the traditional custom in Christmas time. That's why people here in the back are disguised in that, rather specific way. I won't further elaborate on that. You have to discover that yourself. And down here, we got an example of a social event, a get-together of internationals that we did along the Danube in Linz. So the idea here is to create a relaxed atmosphere to get to know each other. I already mentioned the work part, which might be very interesting. So what career opportunities do we offer? And that is why we set up a career platform at the website Welcome2Upper that offers several opportunities. On the one hand, you can browse through job offers in Upper Austria. You can browse through company profiles of Upper Austrian companies without even being registered. So this is without login. Just you can just make yourself familiar, get some information, and even apply for jobs in Upper Austria that are posted on this platform. And this platform focuses exclusively on international talents. Therefore, we only offer English-speaking job offers on this platform. And companies know about that, and they know that they have to provide specific information for internationals. So this is specifically designed for that. In addition to that, you can also create an account if you wish on this platform and create your talent profile in order to be found and ideally selected by Upper Austrian companies who have a profile on this platform. So then companies would be able to see your profile, check out your CV, and eventually these companies can decide to get in touch with you. Besides that, if you have an account, you can also create a so-called job alarm that allows you to select several preferences, and you will be automatically informed once a new job is posted on the platform, and then you can check it out and even apply for it. So therefore, I highly recommend to try and have a look at this platform. It was only introduced last week, so it's really up to date and one of our most recent services to be found on the Welcome2Upper website. This is basically how it looks like, just to give you an idea. If you go to our website, you can check it out in the bar over here, either career platform in this section or down there. And then if you have a profile, you would have access to this area, which is the login area where you can edit your profile, create a job alert, and also in the members area, you can, of course, search for different jobs. Again, an impression how this looks like. At the moment, we already have many more job offers than indicated here. We have a search function for different job offers, and try and check that out. Now, I spoke a lot now, and since I'm a resident Upper Austrian, you might assume that I'm rather biased, and therefore I would like Victoria from Uruguay to speak and to give you a brief introduction of her experiences that she had in Upper Austria. And I would kindly ask to start the video now.
I'm Victoria from Uruguay. I'm studying in Linz. I was also studying German in Uruguay, and I thought it would be a really good opportunity to improve it here. So I applied to this master in JOBU, which is called Global Business. I was surprised that there's a lot of teamwork and team activities that I wasn't expecting for a master degree. I wanted to have a working experience because since I'm studying international business, for me it's really important to work abroad. So I'm also doing an internship here in Neubau. There's a lot of job offers, and I was surprised to see so many job offers. All the enrollment, I did it from Uruguay. That made everything easier to hire me. So Far Sounds is a global movement that happens in many countries, and we also have it here in Linz. We organize secret concerts once a month, and the good thing is that people enroll, but they don't know where it will be and which bands are playing. I'm doing social media and guest management, which is really cool because I can work with a creative team and be surrounded by music and design, which is really cool and I like it. There's many things going on, so I think you need to kind of inform yourself and then you discover that there's a lot in Linz. I really like it. Yeah.
So that was Victoria from Uruguay. I hope it provided you with an impression on the different options that you have here. It was mainly focused about on culture in Linz, obviously. She had the opportunity to do an internship during her studies. So therefore, this is a good indication of what we try to focus on, let's say, combining the fields of study and work. If you're interested in further testimonials on different fields of work in Upper Austria and different perspectives, obviously, again, please check out our website. We offer numerous different testimonials there. Now, of course, I would be happy if you become our next testimonial, maybe on social media. As you can see here, we got different people who report about their experiences in Upper Austria from different backgrounds, different countries. And therefore, I highly recommend to check out our social media channels. I will focus on that later on to get an impression of what other people think of Upper Austria. And maybe in the end you decide, well, I'll become a testimonial myself and decide to move to Upper Austria. These are our channels online. So one of the most important things is our website, Welcome2UpperAustria.com, provides the general information. But of course, we also have a Facebook channel as well as an Instagram channel where you can be kept up to date regarding our different events that we offer. And we always share and post interesting reports on these online media. If you would like to personally contact us because you decided to move here or you have further questions, I just indicate the contacts of my colleagues, Bettina Törbeck, who's responsible for all the student matters, incoming students or students interested in studying in Upper Austria, as well as Evelyn Hetzinger, who's mainly responsible for supporting internationals when they move here and assist in relocating. That was about it. Thank you very much. And I'm now happy to answer the questions you may have.
Great, Martin. Thank you so much for this presentation. I have to tell you that I have checked the photos. I think you have to put a photo about Upper Austria in your presentation because it's super nice. The landscapes are wonderful. We have many questions from YouTube. Yes, we have, for example, Santi is asking for doing an internship with your company. Well, I suppose that this was at the beginning of your presentation. So Is it mandatory to be a student in one of the universities in Austria?
No, it's not. It depends. In general, for doing an internship in Upper Austria at any Upper Austrian company, it's always up to the company to decide about the requirements. So, for example, if one would apply for an internship at Business Upper Austria, which is of course possible, there is no requirement such as studying in Upper Austria whatsoever. So it is more about the background that you have, the education. Yeah.
Sounds good. And also another question is, in my case, I finished my bachelor now in July. Mm-hmm. Next October, I will be studying an online master. Mm-hmm. So I would like to be working at the same time, and the opportunity of living abroad would be amazing. Do you think that this person can have an opportunity?
Yes, definitely. According to the job offers, it is always, I think the job is the most crucial point. So if you're able to find a job offer in Upper Austria, and as I said, our job platform is one of the ways to find that. There are numerous other platforms, of course. Then this is perfectly possible. I might have to say that we are mainly, or in Upper Austria, mainly people with a rather technical background are highly demanded, but not only. So there's a certain variety, of course. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Bettina says, it sounds really interesting. How much do your services cost for a student or young graduate?
Our services are all for free because it's supported by the Upper Austrian government. And that is one of our key, let's say, USPs. It's all for free.
This sounds super good and super interesting. And Maria Isabel says, thank you so much for this presentation. I am currently living in Salzburg. Mm-hmm. And I can say that Upper Austria is so beautiful. So do I. I completely agree. And at this time, are there many restrictions because of COVID?
Well, the restrictions are basically the same as in Salzburg, so there is not much difference between the provinces of Upper Austria. I would say Austria in general has made a huge effort regarding the vaccination. Therefore, the restrictions are not that severe anymore. It is now allowed to go to restaurants, to go to public events. Public events are possible. The main thing is there is we call it the 3G rule. It's either you're already healthy or vaccinated or tested, basically. So you already had COVID or you're tested or vaccinated. And with applying one of these three factors, many things are possible now again. So, for example, home office has also gradually been reduced now. And we are optimistic that we are, during the summer, will reach a certain level of normal life again.
Oh, sounds good. That's good news. Maria Isabel says again, I would like to ask how important it is to have a good level of German, or how our possibilities of finding a job are changed depending on our knowledge of German.
Yeah, well, again, it very much depends on the job offer. But as a general rule, I have to say a certain level of German is highly recommendable. First, because it's much easier to get through normal life by speaking German. And secondly, companies usually ask for a certain basic level of German because not everyone is able to speak English fluently on the one hand, and also some contractors or business partners are very often communicating in German, of course. So that is our working language. Therefore, German is highly recommended, and it will definitely considerably increase your chances to find a job. However, in certain businesses, such as IT, for example, we know that English is sufficient. And usually we talk about the level with regard to English, about around B2 with regard to the European framework.
Great. And there is another question regarding the offers that you have already published in Job in Planet. They would like to know these job offers. If they are applying to these job offers, are they going to receive an answer from you? They're going to be taken into account?
They will be taken into account by the companies. So it's actually, we published offers from different Upper Austrian companies, and we'll forward this information, and then they will get contacted by the companies themselves.
Directly the companies. So you transfer the CVs and the candidates. Great. And do you have a selection process before, or they go directly to the companies?
They go directly to the companies. It's up to the companies in the end to decide, because they know about the requirements. They know best about the requirements. We offer, let's say, a stage for the Upper Austrian companies to present themselves and their job offers at the JOBarcelona fair.
And from another question is, from your point of view, Martin, what are the skills or the competences that the Austrian industry or the Austrian enterprises consider the most relevant for a candidate?
That is a good question, because that might be a cultural thing as well. Of course, besides, let's say, the specific skills that are necessary to fulfill the job, might be technical skills, mathematical skills, you name it, accounting, whatever. I think there is a rather strong focus also on social skills, like how you present yourself, be open for social activities, which is very often also part of Upper Austrian companies. So doing business trips together, not business related, but after work, for example. That is something that is definitely important. And there might be also some level of, how should I explain that, formality, basically. At least if you present yourself at the job interview, companies expect to be properly dressed and to keep up a certain level of formality, at least at the beginning, I would say. Yes.
And skills as creativity or proactivity.
Definitely, yes, definitely. Creativity, proactivity, and also being able to work in a team. That is something that is usually asked by most of the companies, because many tasks are solved via team efforts, and that is a very important skill that I would identify here.
Super. And how would you say, I mean, during your presentation, you have explained so many interesting things to attract, this young talent to live, work, and also visit and live and study in Upper Austria. How would you define, how is life in Upper Austria? Why it's the best place to go now in Europe, in Central Europe, to go and have opportunities? Here, for example, you need to know that we have a high levels of unemployment in these ages, in youth. So can you say what are the highlights to go there?
Well, first and foremost, it is, from a business point of view, as I mentioned, it is a strong economic region, meaning there are lots of job possibilities, especially in the technical field, with many interesting companies that might not be so well known, but acting on an international level. Therefore, job opportunities is one factor. When it comes to life, in my personal opinion, because I went back to Upper Austria. I'm originally from here, and I studied abroad, lived abroad, but then I came back to Upper Austria. I think it's a good combination between urban life and this free time opportunities offered by our beautiful landscape. So which means the location is great, because Linz is an urban area, and it's not far away from bigger urban areas such as Vienna or Munich either. And on the other hand, you have the mountains, you have this beautiful landscape, and you have as I would describe it, a rather, for Austrian standards, a rather relaxed way of living and a moderate price level. So housing, for example, as compared to other major European cities, is still comparatively cheap in Austria, as well as generally the costs or the costs of living in general. But I think this rather perfect combination between urban style and country style, let's put it that way, is great, because it takes just an hour to go to the ski resorts, for example, from Linz, which is great. You like that?
It's a great combination, no? To have a really quality of life, no?
Exactly,
combining these two factors.
And of course, it's also a high social security standard that is offered in Austria. This is also something that has to be mentioned. So unemployment insurance, retirement insurance, etc., of opportunities for childcare, that is very well developed, you have to say, yes.
Great. And what about the housing that you offer? This is in share housing, or this is in...
Well, we, as Business Upper Austria, don't offer any housing. We can only provide information on different opportunities, where to find either shared housing, student residences, or flats in Upper Austria. So we can give information on the different portals that are available online. And this is basically what we do here. Yeah.
Perfect. And we would like to ask you also, can you share a little bit your background? How do you arrive to this, and how long does it take that you create this Upper Austria business?
Ooh. Well, the Business Upper Austria, that is now very specific. Well, it was created as such now in 2015, but there was an organization before that. And the idea was to really create a, let's say, centralized institution that focuses on business development in Upper Austria, regardless of any background of the companies, because of course there are interest representations of companies in Austria as well, but this is really focusing on the regional economic development. And then, so the basic idea was to encourage companies coming to Upper Austria, foreign companies, but also support Upper Austrian companies in investing here to provide a strong business location. And that is what we basically do, and that is how it started. And on the other hand, we also provide services for companies in Upper Austria to network. We call it a cluster network. For example, we try to network the automotive industry in Upper Austria to work mutually on different research projects. So this is also what we do. And then around 2 years ago, we began focusing on the talent topic, because we found out that companies increasingly have difficulties in getting skilled labor, skilled talents. And they were asking also us if we can do something, if we can assist them. And that is why we developed this initiative, talent attraction program, under the brand of Welcome2Upper Austria, by trying to combine both things, attracting talents, but also assisting talents and Upper Austrian companies to integrate talents. Because it's important that you feel well here and that you stay, that you like to stay here on a more long-term basis. And that is more or less the background. And that was launched by the Upper Austrian government.
And this is a single initiative in Austria, or there are other regions that have also their own agencies that do the same? So
every Austria is located as a federal state. There are 9 federal provinces, and each province has an own initiative. But on the state level, we are also, of course, cooperating. There is the so-called Austrian Business Agency that does it more or less on the state level. And these 9 agencies are cooperating. But as far as the own region is concerned, there is a business agency for every region. And we are the strongest Austrian business agency, regional business agency.
Very interesting, the model. So I understand that you really succeed, no? From 2015, you really have this attraction of investment. Because here in Spain, for example, we have now the problem of the rural areas. We have many places that are very well developed and others that are losing population, losing opportunities, etc. So this effort from the government, to really, make this challenging perspective.
Absolutely, and our slogan is innovation is our business. So we try to solve these challenges. Because we also had these structural challenges, obviously, in Upper Austria back in the 1970s when the heavy industry was facing difficult times. We tried to focus on innovation, create new industries, attract new businesses, high technology businesses. And that is, in my opinion, that was a success story. Definitely, yes.
There is another question related to tourism. Do you have levels of tourism and opportunities in tourism field?
Yes, we do. The southern part of, not only the southern part, but mainly the southern part of Upper Austria is a very well-known tourist region. I don't know if the name Hallstatt tells you something. Hallstatt is a very famous location in the so-called Salzkammergut, and the Salzkammergut is a very famous touristic region in the mountains. But not only there, besides that, we also have other touristic regions with hotels, accommodation, so restaurants. Obviously, there are opportunities, and especially in the tourism sector, it is workers are highly demanded. That is something I can say. Yeah.
So they have also opportunities. They are linked with you with these opportunities for the tourism sector, no? Because I think that this can be also an interesting link, as we have here many universities in tourism and very skilled people around tourism sector. So. Great. So I would like to say this is super interesting, Martin. It has been super nice to get to know a little bit Austria, and having the opportunity to have you here in JOBarcelona. And giving this new window and opportunities for young talent. This is great. This is our aim, our reason to be. So thank you for participating. And hopefully many candidates will check, because I've seen that there are many offers already published in Job in Planet. So I encourage all candidates to go through, learn German, if they do an intensive during summertime. I don't know which period of time it's better to apply, or it doesn't matter, or what do you think?
No, there is no specific periods to apply. Maybe summertime might not be the best since many people are on holidays, but as of autumn at the latest, but usually there is no specific period, no.
Perfect. So we encourage people to check this. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. And see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Gracias. It was my pleasure.